Alright, just so you know, I'm working on a new hands-free setup. So you can stop talking about how I look at the phone and not the road. I don't look at the phone. I look at the road. I've been using hands-free for a while, just the angles, apparently, y'all don't care for. Thank you for agreeing with my daughter. I just wish my defrost would hurry up and work. So, what are we going to talk about this morning? That's simple. We're going to talk about Thanos. Thanos, you ask? Yes, Thanos. So, around my house, Marvel Universe is kind of a big thing. Not Star Wars big, but pretty dang big. And my daughter, she comes up to me and she's like, "What is your favorite or your most heroic character in all of the Marvel Universe?" And I used to would have said the rat that got inside the van and accidentally unlocked Paul Rudd from the quantum verse or whatever. But instead, I've decided that it's Thanos. Thanos, I'd say, is the most heroic person, because he's the only one in all of them that accepted that in a finite universe that presumes you have to work with a limited amount of resources. There are only so many entities that can exist, and so in that finite universe, you don't have a choice, you have to limit the population. Now, you can limit the population naturally. In other words, you can let the resources run out and let people fight for the resources, and then you end up having an entire planet of Titans get wiped out, and you create a Thanos type character where literally he's the only one of his entire species left, because some stronger group that has apparently moved on to some other universe or some other galaxy wiped his entire population out and left just him by himself. He saw fit to do what some could argue would be the right thing, and instead of complete and total genocide of entire people groups, he says, okay, there's only so much universe. If I snap my fingers and double the resources in the universe, then all of these different people groups are not going to learn a lesson. They're not going to learn, hey, we need to be more responsible with how we treat each other and live in this universe and wage our wars and burn our resources. He said, okay, I'm going to have to keep the same amount of resources in this universe, but half the entities, half the people groups have to go. And so he didn't eliminate entire people groups. He eliminated half of each people group. That was an extremely unpopular but very difficult decision. Thanos was the only one that was willing to accept that decision. Now, you're like thinking, this guy is a complete jackwagon, supporting Thanos, just taking out, half the population. That's not okay, that's not okay, that's not okay. And you would be right. Except that Captain America himself said, 5 years after the snap, he said, well, we do have to accept the fact that certain things have gotten better. The whale population on Earth had doubled or tripled. The smog effect in major cities had been drastically reduced. There was no war. Now, we are talking about a fictional universe. So let's be clear there. This is a fictional universe. We know in reality that even if half of all people groups were just gone, greed's not going to go away. The Marvel Universe is the Marvel Universe. It does not play by the same rules that, like, we live in, where we kind of wish we had superheroes and super suits, and we kind of wish that some of us could get bit by a radioactive spider or get some radioactive goop spilled on us, and instead of being burnt to death and dying of some weird cancer, we get superpowers and we can grow giant and green and smash things and be invincible. So people, calm down. We're talking about an imaginary universe. It's not like I just said Santa Claus is fake. Everyone knows Santa Claus is real. Thanos, not so much. So yeah, the rat is the reason that the snap got reversed. That tasted good. And then, here's the other thing. This is another important thing. Thanos did not do his little snap, get rid of half the population, half the people groups, and then go become a king somewhere. He actually went to that planet that was uninhabited, sat down, and grieved his decision. He grieved having to do what he did. It's not like he was like, woohoo, I won, I did it. No, it was like, well, I won, and that's actually tragic. But the people groups of the universe can now learn this lesson, and hopefully for the next couple of generations be better, that learn better, do better. At the end of Thanos' life, when Thor took his head, did it not bother anybody else that this one particular character that has for years and years and years in this Marvel universe been able to literally just take, just absolutely take everybody, and then all of a sudden they catch him unawares sitting there and they're able to pin him down and take him out? No, well, he let them take him out. He was grieving. He wanted to die, but he wasn't willing to off himself. And so when he was attacked and murdered by the Avengers, he let them take him out. If you honestly think that the Avengers could have taken him out, you're wrong. you're just flat wrong. That small group they took would not have stood a chance. They'd all got their hind ends handed to them. Now, that's the bulk of my thoughts on Thanos right there. I would love to hear your thoughts. I want to hear how and why you disagree with me, and I'm totally okay with you disagreeing with me. I say Thanos is not a supervillain. He is a deeply misunderstood superhero. And from his perspective, he was right to do what he did in the imaginary universe that doesn't really exist. So, with that, I'll be signing off and trying to get this here posted. So, y'all tell me what you think, and we'll see how it goes. Be safe.